the convicted felon.
Sir, I'm just trying to find out what...
And I'm gonna tell you what, man,
Okay.
you don't get this thing out of my face, man, I'll tell you what, man, it'll be part of your face.
The law.
A clinic can make from $5,000 to $50,000 a day based on their size and the amount of patients going in there.
The addict.
I've watched 3 people in the last year die, and within 24 hours of leaving the city.
3 players connected to this, a small but potent pill.
And then there is this, Interstate 95. To you, it's just a highway, but to others, it is the Oxycodone Express. I-95 leads to hundreds of pain clinics down Florida's coast.
Over the last couple of years, prescription drug addiction has skyrocketed. Brett Favre, Cindy McCain, Rush Limbaugh have all come forward admitting an addiction to painkillers. You most likely know someone abusing pain pills.
Ever since I can remember, Jacksonville's been a place of where they were coming from. Doctors down here were just so much more lenient.
In order to protect his family, Chris would only talk to us if we agreed to hide his face, change his name, and not tell you where he is from.
Oh, I hadn't ate any pills since end of January. It's not very long, but it feels like a long time right now.
At 13, Chris found OxyContin at home when his grandfather, diagnosed with cancer, was given the prescription for pain. In no time, he was hooked.
I ended up overdosing at maybe 15, I think was the first time.
Was that a wake-up call for you?
Not really. I was ready to get out of the hospital and go back.
He says Oxy controlled every aspect of his life, to the point he was on a constant hunt for pills. But getting them at home was getting tough because of state laws. So he headed to Florida and stopped in Jacksonville. He made the trip here twice a week since he was 17.
It's easy. That was your question. It's easy to come down here and get pills.
So easy, he bought pills for himself and then sold the rest for double what he paid. His addiction became his job.
It's not uncommon to see people leaving with anywhere from 240 to 480 pills.
JSO Sergeant Tom Racer works undercover, so he can't show you his face. He's in charge of the team which hunts for those buying and selling painkillers illegally in Duval County.
Florida right now does not have a prescription monitoring program. We're one of only a handful of states left in the nation that doesn't. That is huge.
Which means no one, not the state, not the federal government, is monitoring pain clinics or their patients. Right now, there are at least 48 pain clinics in Jacksonville, and the number is growing.
It's safe to say that there are some pain clinics that may be operating in a questionable manner. I think I want to leave it at that.
JSO is tight-lipped about this growing problem. Just 2 weeks ago near Jacksonville, there was a traffic stop. Norma Lamb and William Alcorn were arrested for trafficking. According to their arrest report, police found more than $2,600 in cash along with Xanax and oxycodone in their car. Lamb told police they were on their way home to Lexington, Kentucky, and that they were in Florida, specifically Fort Lauderdale, to buy pills at a pain clinic.
Well, we call it Ground Zero, and we see it as the epicenter for the dispensing of oxycodone.
Fort Lauderdale, 326 miles from Jacksonville, a straight shot down I-95. Before you even make it to the Broward County line, there are billboards dotting the highway leading you to pain clinics.
In a 2-mile area, we arrested over 700 people last year alone in our clinic investigations.
Sergeant Richard Pizzanti is with the Broward County Sheriff's Office. He says Florida's pain clinic problem started by word of mouth in Broward years ago, but has grown into an epidemic in the last 2 years. In 2008, nearly 9 million oxycodone pills were prescribed in Broward County alone. There are 115 clinics here. They are on each corner, some right across the street from one another. In fact, in a 1-block stretch, we found 5. The area is dubbed Oxy Alley.
It's a big money-making machine.
The lax laws in Florida help feed the money-making machine. People are now driving hundreds of miles out of state to get their pain pills in Florida. In Broward County clinic parking lots, we found license plates for Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Texas.
That's just a little east of the big yellow one.
In local newspapers, there are pages and pages of ads for pain clinics, some targeted at those from out of state. Other ads let patients know they sell pills at the clinic for as low as $1.50. There are even coupons for $100 off a visit.
They find the loopholes in the law and they stick on that razor's edge to keep those loopholes protecting them.
Pizzanti says it's nothing to see lines of people waiting to get in clinics. He says some clinics have hired security guards to keep the truckloads of people moving.
Why would you need a security guard at a clinic to keep your patients away until they're ready?
At this clinic, there is no name, no identifier that it is even a pain clinic. Cars full of people lined the street waiting for hours on end to get inside the building with a yellow awning. This group of men came out and got in a car from Kentucky. We tried to talk with them.
Hi there. I'm Jackie Bernard. Can I talk to you about coming out of the pain clinic? Watch it!
Then this woman and child left the clinic.
Can you get pills there?
Well, if that's what they go in there for, I go in there for physical therapy.
The police know this building very well.
Right now, 2 of our clinics are owned by convicted felons. One is an ex-heroin trafficker. You know, he served his time and he's out, but he's transitioned from that to a pain clinic. And he has a doctor working for him on staff, and it's 100% legal by Florida laws currently.
Remember this guy?
How's it going?
First of all, turn that off, man. I don't want to be recorded. Hold on a second.
You can't touch
and
that.
you don't need. And you don't need. I'm not assaulting you in any way. I'm telling you, I don't want to be recorded. Number one.
Okay.
And you guys, wait a minute. And you guys.
Pizzanti says that ex-heroin trafficker is him. His name is Vincent Colangelo. He spent 4.5 years in prison and was released in 2004. He was last arrested in 2007 on a probation violation. He is still on probation right now.
Wait a second,
This,
please.
you guys right here, okay, harassing my patients, okay? Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Are you a doctor?
It don't matter who I am. It doesn't matter who I am. I don't need you out here harassing my patients,
I'm
man.
not harassing. Sir, we are on a public street and we are not doing anything illegal. I don't understand what the problem is.
But you're harassing people.
I am not harassing anyone.
You are.
Hey, ma'am, who are you, man?
I'm Jackie Bernard.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? I'm
I
whoever
said
I
I'm
want to
Jackie
be.
Bernard.
Okay? I'm whoever I want to be, man.
Okay.
That's who I am.
It's a luxury, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very nice
Do you
luxury.
own the building with the
It's
yellow
a very
awning?
nice luxury. I am not answering your questions, Mrs. Bernard. What's your job, man?
My job is to find out what's going on.
What's your job?
I just told you.
Your job is to find out what's going on.
I don't have to answer questions, just like
So,
you're
sir,
not
I'm-
going to answer
In
questions.
a minute, I'm going to snatch his camera from this dude. He don't even know, man.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to calm down.
Huh?
Everybody needs to calm
you need to
down.
get that camera off. Sorry, I'm going to rip this thing out of this kid's hand in a minute. Shut your camera off. I tell you what, Mike, as soon as this truck leaves, follow them wherever they're going.
That's a threat,
Wherever
is it not?
you're going.
Colangelo and another clinic worker took pictures of our car and license tag. Once we left, Colangelo and the worker got in Colangelo's Mercedes-Benz and followed us for a couple of blocks. We lost them at a light. Police tell us he runs the no-named clinic.
Is you can come down here and go to 20 clinics. Unless we're following you, you might get away with it. And you'll have, you know, a year's supply in one batch that you can take back to where you're from and sell it on the street.
Pizzanti says those from out of state are like clockwork, making routine monthly visits. Pills run about $4.50 a piece at the clinic. Pizzanti says some will sell those pills for $8 to $10 in the parking lot so they can pay for their trip back home. But most take the pills out of state where they are more valuable. In Kentucky and Tennessee, that same $4.50 pill goes for anywhere from $20 to $30 or higher.
And potentially could go back with $50,000 in pills in one trip.
Last year, prescription drug overdoses went up 26% in Broward County and 6% across the state. Broward is now trying to change local laws to combat the problem.
Because the problem is stretched from South Florida to Kentucky, Tennessee, I'm sure parts of Georgia. You know, if people are dying in all those areas and we're the source, we need to cut that off.
So far, Pizzanti and his team have shut down 4 clinics and stopped 10 others from opening here. But that is not good news for those north on I-95. Because now that Broward is cracking down, clinics are moving to new spots, including Jacksonville.
It's definitely a concern, but I think it's a concern for all of Florida. You know, what we're starting to see is not only some of them have moved here, they're moving to other cities in North Florida.
JSO says there is a large percentage of overdose deaths linked to prescription meds in Duval County, and there is concern about the future.
The thing that worries me the most is what's happening to our younger people. You're seeing people in their 20s, early 20s, that are eating these pills like they're candy.
Pretty much I just wake up and worry about getting breakfast and then worry about making it to work. And if I think too far ahead of myself, I end up mixed up.
Chris is grateful to be alive, having overdosed numerous times. 3 months clean. Every day is a struggle. He wants laws to be changed and doctors handing out hundreds of pills held accountable.
I think they're really greedy. I really do. I think they're, I tell you what, none of them doctors have come and sat at my funeral if I'd overdosed on their pills.